Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from sortofinterestinglife.com. You are joining me here, just been dropped off at Monera. The boat is about 12 miles away and well, we're starting with a good steep road that's going to lead us to at least 3 little peaks. So it's time to start walking and hope that as it's a Sunday, I've got no option of getting a bus or anything. Hopefully I'm going to get back before it's dark and also rains. Right, stop everything. Here's a picture of me while I admit that you'll see very soon that I decide to change my route slightly and it ends up being not a 12-mile walk, but 21 miles. So be prepared to find out everything I just said was a lie. If you are fetching your horse and cart up here, please be very careful of the cattle grids. We've got a good path carved out up here. And it's nice to just get a slight bit of shelter from the absolute insane wind we have got as well. Stay on the narrow channel of grass, and there's the trig point to mark the top of it. As we have a look from the top of Llangollen mountain here, you'll see first of all we've got this weird hazy effect which as the camera pans around makes it look like we're looking across the sea, I think, at this point, but of course that's just some very flat land. What I'll say as well is that unfortunately a lot of my audio up here is very poor because it was so windy. What I'm pointing to there is the steam coming from the chimneys at Cronospan Church for reference. But where we're heading is, goodness me help us, over in that direction. And I'm not sure what it is, but I can see on the very distant horizon some proper snow-covered mountains. Wow! Desolate, open, windswept hilltop landscape. Oh, I really do love this sort of thing. As much as it's a sort of ultimate depressing, forlorn look and drab misery that it seems to entail, there's something good about feeling like you're the only person in the world and I can just walk forever and never find society again. As the path turns to absolute chaos, I've been walking down this way. The plan initially was to head to that way, up Llangollen mountain in that direction, but you know what, 660 metres the top point over there, you've got the 2 wireless things. I think we're going to have to go up there. It's called, and once again forgive my pronunciation, Cunny Brain, something like that. I'll put the name on the screen, but I think 660 metres, that top point, we're going to go straight down this way and then turn off up it and make our way hopefully somewhere towards the top. We are hopping on to Offa's path for a little bit and then we shall cut off here and hopefully I'll be able to meander my way up to the top point there. You know, it's not really until this point that this raised path just keeps going on and on and on all the way to Llangollen forest on the horizon there, that I've realised that by the time I've walked down here it may not actually be a possibility to really leave this path to walk up the hill there. So we shall carry on going and hopefully it will dry up when we get to the edge of Llangollen. Well, travelling along that path in the dip, I lost sight of my destination up over here, so I stepped up off the path, which is now somewhere because the snow's down there, and well, I've made a terrible error. I think I need to carry on maybe just, well, I think probably now, carry on straight, just clip the edge of the woods, hopefully find myself up somewhere in that direction soon. But it's, I'm in a clearing here. You can imagine walking through heather this steep and the actual ground itself is so soft, absolutely draining me legs in no time. And that's not a good thing because I'm still about 10 miles away from home. Right, better keep walking. Managed to make it to a stile and clambered up through all that. And it's got to be said now, the sun's going behind a lot of clouds. It's starting to look a bit grey and grim, so please wish me the best. We're not too far from the top, but that's been hard going and it's going to be hard going to get up and then back down off here. So I may have to cut out my last mountain over there that I was planning to go up, and we shall see what occurs when we hopefully find some sort of high point up here. And here we are, finally, after what seemed like an endless trudge through the heather and with some very wet feet. You can see we're about to do it, we're about to touch the trig point, so as of that moment, yes, that's official. And if we go up to what I believe is called Sir Watkins Tower, that pile of stones, and just enjoy that view. And considering it was a pretty weird day, there was rain in the air, it ended up snowing on me about a quarter of an hour after this was filmed. But you've still got a fairly decent view across to all these various mountain tops. And you can see the 2 wireless stations on the top there. So there's certainly a lot to look up here. Imagine what the view from up there must be like. Take a look at this for a sight. Hi dear friends. Dropping down onto the other side now. I don't know if that's going to pick up the sunbeams. Looking down as we drop off the top of all those flat mountains, you can see just how high up we really have come. But as beautiful as it was at that moment that I looked down and saw this, the Ponderosa, which is on the top of what's known locally as the HorseShoe Pass, and I just knew straight away that I had come an awful long way away from the direction I'd wanted to be travelling. It's got to be said, if you'd have said today I'd have ended up walking all the way out here, I definitely should have just by those towers on the top walked off and down in that direction, because I have left myself with an absolutely enormous walk back to good old Tilly when you consider the walking that we've just done and how hard going that heather walking was. Well, it breaks my heart to come down the tarmac road rather than cutting across Offers Dyke, which goes all the way over sort of halfway down this hill. I'm going to come out roughly at the same point. I think it'll probably be slightly quicker on the road, even though it is just that little bit longer. But unfortunately, it's after 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, and you're talking, I don't know, I say you're probably talking now at least 10 miles back. We are right in the middle of nowhere here. We're about to leave the road and by this lovely little brook. Head along here, join very shortly back onto Offers Dyke Path for a while, join a road again after that, and then hopefully soon I shall find the canal. And by soon I mean a few miles. I can't believe this, but this is the path that I'm following. The angle of this, even here, is literally, well, like that. During the summer, this campsite just down here could well be a very handy place, as I've camped there before and in fact been up this little path up to here. But if you look at what you've got surrounding you, and you've seen where I've been walking over and all the stuff that's at the back of this hill too, I think I could well be coming to spend a little bit more time here over the summer, just for the sake of, well, I mean, just look at this. Check this out for a lovely little place. How amazing is this? So, phase 2 for the less nimble, obtained and sighted by Kunte Arbor and Corsacould. Forgive my pronunciations. Step up the steps here. This seat has been provided for the benefit of others by enjoy the view, have a nice day. And if we turn around and say, yeah, I can enjoy that view quite a lot. Absolutely wonderful. This, ironically enough, is exactly where my Dinas Bran video came to an end. Dinas Bran being just up there by the pole. That pole is not on top of the mountain, I can assure you. I thought this might be a good point to draw this video to a close too. You can just see there, that's the edge of Llangollen Mountains up on the back of that. That's part of the panorama walk there. And that's where I'd intended to be walking back, way behind that, up and over the top there. But it hasn't worked out like that. I've had a very long walk and still got probably 8 miles left, I would say, from this point. Luckily though, that's going to be joined onto the canal, which, if you've seen my other videos, as I live on a boat, there's been plenty of canal video and footage recorded, so I don't wish to just bore you with more of that. And I will say thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me on this rather unexpected walk. Let's just enjoy the last bit of sun, as I feel that it could be heading behind a lot of clouds. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, check out my other videos for a load more narrowboat life, walking, biking, kayaking, all sorts of stuff to do with the outdoors, and things like Kelly Kettle reviews and well, just general survival bits and pieces too. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like the Facebook page, over 600 likes. Fantastic, thank you very much everybody. And also feel free to add me personally on Facebook. You'll find loads of photos there of both on the profile and the page. And of course you can follow me on Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And until the next time, I'm about to stop filming as the car turns up, and I'll say farewell.